friends. Welcome to this first episode of Passion, Purpose, and Plexus. I am your host, Luther Harris, and I am here with my good friend, Deana Sullivan from Mount Juliet, Tennessee. I just wanted to take this opportunity to give give people a floor to or a platform to share their story, share their testimony, and Deana has an incredible one. So, without further ado, Deana, how long have you been doing Plexus? And just kind of tell us a little bit about, how it's going.
Sure. Thank you so much for inviting me on. Um, my story is that I actually started Plexus products 10 years ago, something like that. And I ordered the products and I just let them sit on my shelf, didn't take them serious. And so I just ended up canceling my membership and probably ended up throwing the products away. I don't know what I did with them. About 4.5 years ago, I did the same exact thing. I just let them sit on my counter. And again, I guess I wasn't even smart enough to return the products and get my 60-day money back guarantee. I don't know. But about 6 months ago, I was at a different place in life and I was at a point where something had to change. And my good friend Lisa reached out to me and said, "Hey, we're doing a challenge and wanted to see if you would like to be a part of it." And I was like, sure, but I turned and I looked like so many of us get these products. We just don't take them serious when they are such incredible products and we just let them sit there. But I knew that this time I needed to give them a good try. And I turned and looked at my counter and there was 2 bags of Slim that were expired by 2 years. And I was like, oh, my husband is going to kill me if I order these products again and just let them sit on the counter. But I was determined that I was going to give them a try this time. And my mindset going into it was when they don't work, I had discounted them from the beginning. When they don't work, I'm just going to return them, get my money back, and say that I tried. Um, you know, that'll just have to be it. But I got the products this time and I started using them, and they truly made such an amazing difference in my life. Before I started these products, I had reached a point where, in my husband's words, my health was steadily declining and something had to happen. Um, like you don't talk about some things in your life with people because you don't want people to think that you're like, you know, so depressed that you're going to hurt yourself or something. But I literally had accepted the fact that I was probably not going to live long enough to see my children get married or have kids or anything. I really felt like my health was declining so much that I wasn't going to make it.
Wow.
Um, it was very hard. And so that's why I was like, when they don't work, I just had reached a point where I didn't think anything was ever going to work to improve my health. Before I started the products, I had been dealing with extreme inflammation in my body, especially in my legs, that would cause severe redness in my legs and swelling. And that hurt me so much that I could barely walk. Like every time I did walk, the pain was so excruciating. And I had reached a point where I was literally having to plan my days and plan my activities with my family and everything according to how far I would have to walk when I got to a place or how long I would have to stand, because I couldn't stand or walk for more than 5 to 10 minutes at a time without my legs being in so much pain.
Wow.
And I had been seeing doctors for the last 4 to 5 years to try to figure out what was going on, and nobody had any answers for me. In the end, they just gave me a potassium pill and a water pill and said, take these for the rest of your life. And nobody wants to live like that, especially when you're under the age of 50. So you don't completely feel young anymore, but you definitely don't feel like you're at the end of your lifespan either. And you want more for your life. You don't want to have to accept that.
Right.
I also had recently been diagnosed with diabetes. I had started having really high blood pressure issues. I had been having migraines since my senior year in high school for 30 years or more. I had I was a hormonal mess, like absolute hormonal mess. I had polycystic ovarian and I had had a hysterectomy 16 to 17 years ago, and I couldn't take any hormone replacement meds because I was allergic to everything. Um, so I was just a mess hormonally, hot flushes all the time. mood, everything that goes along with that. And I had really bad heartburn and reflux. And I would like when I'm sleeping at night, I would wake up aspirating on everything. And that is really hard. If you've never gone through that, it's very painful. Um, I had had my gallbladder removed 21 years ago, and every single day of my life, ever since then, I had had stomach issues that I had just accepted was part of my new life, and that it would just have to be that way. I had anxiety and depression. I had anxiety so bad I was having to wake my husband up sometimes at night to hold me because I couldn't make my brain and my heart stop racing. And you feel like you're going to have a heart attack or something because everything is just about to explode. I was just not in a good place with my health and I was extremely overweight. We're talking, I was over 300 pounds. And, you go through your life and you think, I will never weigh that much. And then all of a sudden you do, and you don't understand how. And you don't see how you can ever get out of it because once you're there, it's like, ugh, I'm doomed. So
Mm.
I was just not in a good place, but I decided I'm going to try these products. And within the first couple of days, my family was already noticing differences in me. My swelling and redness in my legs was already clearing up. Um, Day two, my son and my husband both made mention of how different my mood was at the end of a day. I'm a piano teacher, and so I teach till like 6:30 and 7 in the evenings, and I would always be completely drained and completely out of energy by the time I got finished. Um, but this was not happening anymore. My day four, my daughter sent me a text and she was like, Mom, I love how productive you've been around the house lately. I mean, you just seem like a different person.
Wow.
And, I'm at a point where none of those things really exist anymore. 7 weeks into taking the products, I went to my doctor for my yearly physical, and my A1C was down so low, I was no longer considered diabetic anymore.
That's amazing.
My blood pressure was so low that my doctor took my blood pressure 3 times while I was there because he couldn't believe how much different it was. Um, I'm not on medicine for anything anymore. I was living on 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, 1,000 milligrams of Tylenol, and sometimes bareback and body, all in the same day to try to manage the pain. And I'm not on any of that anymore. I'm not on allergy meds anymore. I had always been on allergy meds with Flonase and everything. And I would get a sinus infection like 3 or 4 times a year. It's been 6 months. I have not been on any allergy medication. I've not had a first sinus infection. When I say that the product, and I've lost a significant amount of weight.
So,
Um,
okay, so you say significant amount of weight. I don't think we should understate that, just because it really is incredible. So, you're at your 6 month point,
mhm,
and
in 1 week.
6 month and 1 week,
Mhm.
and you've had some incredible results. So, just talk briefly about that.
Well, I just finished a 3-day reset, which is our 3-day nutritionally supported metabolic fast for anybody who doesn't know. And it's 3 days of boosting your metabolism and just basically drinking a lot of our drinks. And it's tons of protein and everything. And so you do that for 3 days. And I finished that last night and I lost over 10 pounds and about 10 inches on my body doing that. And I am at 89 pounds of weight loss at this point.
89 pounds of weight loss in 6 months. That is incredible.
It is incredible.
Absolutely. On top of all of the other health benefits,
On
the
top of it
no
all.
more diabetes and no more high blood pressure, and the new life that you found, that's incredible. That's an incredible story. So I didn't want to understate that. And so, what do you think is next for you? Right. So now you're at 89 pounds of weight loss. I know you're itching to hit that 100 pound mark.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome.
100 pounds is like 6 months ago. I could have never even envisioned that it would be possible to ever be there.
Hmm.
And now I'm like, it's within reach in the next month or two, and I can't wait for it.
Wow.
So
But
like things that you once thought were impossible, now I believe are 100% possible.
Yes. So earlier you said something to me. You said 6 months ago, where did you see yourself before Plexus?
6 months ago, before I started Plexus, I didn't see myself living much longer. When I say much longer, I don't know if I was thinking a year, 2 years, 4 years, but I didn't think it would be much longer at all. Um, and you think of the life expectancy for a person being on up in their 70s and something, and that's what you want to shoot for. But I didn't see any realistic way that that could be possible because of all of the issues that I was having with my health. I just
Wow.
thought it was impossible. And I probably I had accepted that. Like you don't want to accept that, but I had accepted it.
Mm. But now you
But
have,
God had different plans.
amen. Amen. I love it. I love it. I know your faith is strong. So tell me a little bit about how you've seen God work through this opportunity and this new hope that you have.
Well, as I when I came into Plexus, first of all, I didn't believe the products were going to work at all. So I didn't think I'd be around for more than a month of giving it a try. But I definitely didn't see myself ever having a business with Plexus or anything. But as I started having such incredible results, and I started thinking of, anybody and everybody that I knew who was struggling with some of the same things that I was struggling with, um, I started thinking, they could really use these products, but I still didn't want to work a business or anything. But I began sharing, and I mean, obviously, people started seeing differences in me from the very beginning. And as people saw differences in us, then I started sharing, and I became very, very passionate about sharing my story with other people because I feel like God has really done such an amazing work in me, and I want to give that back. I want to give back what He has done in my life and help other people improve their health in their life too. And He has just truly blessed me with an amazing team. I've been able to help. I now have over 50 people on my team that have started their health journey with Plexus as a result of me sharing my story.
Mm,
And because that's where my passion is, that makes me incredibly, incredibly happy. And I'm incredibly thankful.
that's amazing. So you have new hope, and now you're sharing that new hope
Absolutely.
with your friends and family. That's absolutely incredible. So I had an opportunity to sit down with Deana um, when we were in Punta Cana, and her husband was there. Her husband Scott was there. He's a really cool guy, really funny guy. And he had one word that described Deana from her old self to her new self, and I don't want to miss that. So because I know that this may be the case for a lot of people, and so will you tell me what Scott? Will you tell us what Scott said in that conversation?
I almost feel like we should have him here to say it.
Where is he?
um,
Get him.
he's in the Scott, would you like to appear in here for a moment to share? Luther wants you to share what you said to him in Punta Cana about how what you feel about my journey. He's coming. I will say it's not one word, it's two words. And it's an incredible two words because the first time I ever heard him say this, it just kind of floored me because, I'm thinking my health is so bad and my health has improved. But it wasn't all that stuff that, you know, really hit him. Luther would like to know,
What
he
do
would like
you?
for you to share with the people on the podcast here.
Oh, there's people here.
Yes. He would like for you to share. Ask him, Luther.
All right, Scott. So we were at dinner. We were talking about Dana's story, and as a husband, we asked you what it meant to you, right? Like, what was the biggest difference that you saw in her? And I just kind of wanted you to speak to that for a second.
I said she's happy,
Mm,
and for the first time in a long time, she was happy. So I had always wanted her to be happy, but another person can't really make another person happy. They might temporarily, but not really. So yeah, everybody, that's what I tell everybody. She's happy.
And he says, what do you tell him about the weight?
No, that's good, but really it's about her being happy.
He says he loved me before and he loves me now. It doesn't matter what weight I'm at, but I'm happy and that's all that matters to him.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
How many
Good
people we
man.
got on here?
That is
Oh,
it's going out. It's going out later, so you're fine.
okay.
Thanks for joining us for a
You're
moment.
welcome. Good to see you.
Thanks for joining us, Scott. Awesome. We're Dana. As we wrap up, I wanted to give you one more opportunity to share. If you have one thing to share with anybody who might be on the fence, who may be watching this, and they're like, well, what if my story isn't like hers? Like what would that what would those words of wisdom be?
Um, Great question. I tell people all the time, we all have different journeys in life and our bodies are different and our stories are all going to be different. Everybody is not going to do a reset and lose over 10 pounds or, you know, I had a lot of inflammation in my body. So when I lost so much weight in the first couple of weeks, a lot of that was inflammation. And if you don't weigh over 300 pounds like I did, then you're not going to lose weight that fast. If you weigh 150 pounds, you don't have as much weight to lose as I've lost. So I tell people don't come in comparing yourself, but come in knowing that these are products that are amazing and that can change your life because they're going to heal all kinds of things in your gut. And as your gut gets clean and your gut is able to operate properly, then other things in your body can start to get better. So I tell everybody, don't come in comparing yourself to me or anybody else. Come in wanting to improve your health, trust the process, take the products, drink your water, try to make healthier eating choices, and the products will work for you. And, I pray every single day for every person that joins my team because I don't want them to come in just to get the products and let them sit on their shelf like mine did. I want them to come in and take the product serious and improve their health along the way. So
Awesome. Well, those are fantastic words. As we close up, I just wanted to say thank you again for agreeing to do this. Thank you for being vulnerable.
absolutely.
Thank you for sharing your story. I hope it blesses others as much as it has blessed my wife and I, and those who I know were at that table that day. So,
Yeah.
um, until next time, this is Passion, Purpose, and Plexus. And we hope to see you guys again on the next episode. Have a good
Thanks,
one.
Luther.